Hey there, welcome to Spoiler City. I learned a new game called Dice Masters, made by WizKids, the same folks who made HeroClix. This, like HeroClix, is a game with a lot of different rules, a lot of different nuances in it, and it's kind of overwhelming the first time you play it, so I just wanted to give a brief demonstration of how this game is played. So, what you have in this game is you start off with 20 life points as an individual, which would be called an opponent if it's for the other person you're playing against. The first person to get to 0 is out of the game. You'll choose at the beginning of your game 8 different cards. You'll get a total of 20 dice, and that includes the 8 dice you start off with, your basic dice. You can have different characters, you can have basic action cards, which will give you different benefits, but the basic action cards can be benefited by other players as well. Your opponents can purchase the basic action dice. It's kind of risky, they might buy them, but ideally you want to get a basic action that benefits your characters. You will have different areas on the table. You'll have your field area, you'll have your reservoir area, you'll have your prep area, also a KO area, you'll have your used pile, and your attack area. What you'll be doing is you'll be getting your 8 basic action dice. At the beginning of your turn, you put them in your bag, and you pull out 4 dice. No matter what happens, you pull only 4 dice out of the bag every turn. Once something is in your prep area, you leave it there. And at the beginning of your next turn, you take out 4 dice from your bag, and you whip up everything from your prep area. You roll the dice from your prep area, and the 4 from your bag. Once every turn, you get a re-roll opportunity. If you don't like the way the dice come up, you get a chance to re-roll them. The only time this doesn't apply is with the basic action dice. If the basic action dice comes up on a burst, it stays bursting. You cannot take that back and roll it again. What's listed on the cards next to the cost is an energy type. You'll notice on the dice there are 4 different types of energy, 1 little pawn looking figure, and a question mark. Question mark means any type of energy. The pawn is a psychic, which I'll explain later. In the different energy types, you'll need 1 of that type of energy to purchase the dice of that character. So if there's a fist on it, you need 1 fist and however many remaining energies of any type. Once you purchase a die, you go into your used pile, and once you run out of dice in your bag, you take everything out of your used pile, stick it in your bag, and then you shake it up. I was going to say shuffle, but you shake it up, and you pick out the next 4 dice whenever you need them. If you have only 1 die in your bag, you take that dice out, and then you shake up the rest. You take out 3 more to equal 4. Alright, so once you start getting characters coming out, you'll notice on the dice there are different numbers in the different areas. So you'll notice on the beast die here, there are 3 different numbers here. In the upper left corner, that is his fielding cost. So if you roll the die and it comes up, and you can field them for that cost. Doesn't matter what kind of energy it is. And then in the upper right corner is their attack value, and then in the bottom right is their defense value. Okay, now when you're attacking somebody, you can show off your offensive front. So if I'm coming at somebody with the Hulk, Mysterio, and Beast, I just declare that I don't get to choose which dice they're going against. That's up to the opponent. He assigns who's taking that on. So if they have enough characters, they want to block with all their characters, that's fine. They can go ahead and do that. Likely they're going to want to block maybe with some sidekicks. Sidekicks are the little pawns that you see on your basic dice. They field for free, they have 1 attack and 1 defense. They're pretty useless in some senses, but very powerful in others. Your sidekicks, you can pit them against some of these big heavy hitters. They'll get KO'd, but they also stop that guy from getting to you and taking down your 20 life points. Once that sidekick's KO'd, it will go to your prep area. And you get them back next turn anyways, Lord willing. It will come up as at least an energy type, which will help you field something else. So they can defend with the sidekick. That sidekick can get KO'd. They can defend, although they might want to stick up a heavy guy against it. And they also get a chance to lash back at you. So if I'm coming at them with my beast die, for example, he has 2 attack and 2 defense. The sidekick's not going to take him down because he's only coming at him with 1. So they may want to stick somebody up there, not even going to get KO'd. So we'll stick a bigger character against them with, say, 3 attack and 3 defense. They don't even get KO'd, and they get to KO me. So it's a win-win for them. That's why it's important to note that the defender gets to choose who they assign the damage to. You can also stack your defenders. If you want a chance to KO somebody's heavy hitter, like my Hulk, he's going to come up, if he's on his 3rd level, he comes in at 8 and 8. Next to impossible to take down with some characters. So if that guy doesn't have good enough characters out, he can stack characters to defend against, and he can get a chance to take out the Hulk. So the Hulk just doesn't get free hits all the time. So he can attack back with someone with a 6 and then someone with a 2, and they can come and hit me. All 8 of my attack damage does have to get dealt out though. So I could KO 2 of that guy's characters, but they KO my Hulk, so it would be a win-win. Once the character can't block all the damage that's coming at them, you put your offensive front out and they can't take all that damage. It actually gets through and would hit them as a person, the opponent being the word that would be used here in the game. So damage gets through, hits the person, that character that got through and dealt the damage to them goes to your used pile. But on the cards, it also shows the different type of energy that's pertaining to the situation. So it'll say, hey, 1 fist to give Spider-Woman 1 attack and 1 defense. That would be something you want to keep in your reserve pool. So if you roll your dice and you're not using all the energy that comes up there, you can actually stick in your reserve pool and you can use it later in the game. It might be good for adding defense if the opponent's coming against you and you want to buff up your character, get a chance to flash back, that's fine. You've already rolled that energy, you didn't use it, it's in your reserve pool. So you can use it later when the other person's coming at you. Any reserve energy that's left over at the beginning of your next turn, you would just stick it into your used pile. Also on some of the cards they'll have in red print saying that there's a global ability. The reason they say global is that both you and your opponent are able to use this ability. It's not exclusive to yourself. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. Leave us some comments, some helpful hints. I know I sound like a robot. I have no emotions.